G'day Makita fans, just a quick update this week. Now I know it doesn't look particularly Makita in this video, but trust me, we are going to be talking about Makita. But first up, let me just talk about this shirt. Look, it's a Tools and Stuff shirt. I've got a few shirts made up. Bung it on full whack there. Alright, Tools and Stuff logo. These are currently only available over on Patreon, but I'm going to give one away here today. I just got them today and I thought, I'm going to give one away. So not this particular one, this is the first one off the press. This one will be going to my first Patreon member, Jamie. Cheers, Jamie, for the support over the last few years. If you want to join Patreon, up there, down in the description. So they're currently only available there, but we'll give one away right now. Don't have any small or medium at this stage. We have large, extra large, and 2XL. So let me know down in the description which one you would like, large, extra large, or 2XL. But it's not just that. You're going to have to work for it slightly. So I want a joke. I want a joke out of you. Make me laugh. So leave me a joke, tell me your shirt size, and tell me the country you live in. And one of you will be picked, and I will announce that in the next Makita update, whenever that may be. And I'll send it out to you. No matter where you live in the world, everyone can enter. Okay, so that's the first thing out of the way. Now, if you watched my update last week, you will have seen there was some Sanders that we talked about, and they look like they had a cord going to the battery. Well, they most certainly do, and they look like this. So a Tools and Stuff follower sent these to me today, and a couple of photos of the BC001CG. And we can see from the image here that it is a 125mm random orbital variable speed cord to battery XGT Sander. It is made in China and it has a variable speed of between 6,000 and 10,000 RPM. Now there is model numbers for 7 of these style of Sanders, and it looks like the cord just clips on the back, goes to an external battery. You could clip on your belt, sit on your bench, whatever, and I'm guessing that clips off and you could just have the one cord with the battery that you could clip on multiple Sanders. So you don't, if you for instance wanted all 7 of the Sanders, you don't need 7 leads. You know, you might want a couple of leads, but you may not want a drawer full of leads and adapters and everything. So let me know if you think that's a good idea, this external battery. I reckon it's going to be about 50-50 on whether people think that's a good idea or not. Looking forward to getting my hands on one of those. They're clearly not too far away. I'm guessing another couple of months they'll start rolling out in, well, in the usual places they get them first. If you're in the US, well, hey, you know, sorry guys, I get a lot of comments, a lot of comments from you guys in the US. You want more Makita stuff, you want it now. I know, I hear you. There's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. I wish you were getting it a bit sooner as well, but for some reason, not happening. What the reason is, I'm not 100% sure. Whether it's Makita management in the US, I don't know. Whether it's been able to make enough products to stock America, you don't know. It seems the smaller markets tend to get them first. It's looking like that anyway, but at least it looks like they're not too far away from some of us. Whether they'll release all 7 of the ones that I showed you last week, I'm sort of like, are they really going to do number 3 and 4 from last week, which looked like number 1 was a 125, number 2 was a 150, number 3 was a 125, number 4 was a 150. So are they just void of AWS on the 3 and the 4, or are they Sanders that aren't random orbital? Are they just orbital? I don't know. I'm guessing it's AWS, but why do they really need to do that? Come on, Makita, you don't need to make so many models of everything. Just whack AWS in it and be done with it. Right, next up, we have a couple of things on the bench here which clearly do not look very Makita-y, and I'm guessing a lot of you will have worked out what I'm about to say, seeing as there are 2 battery 1/2-inch plunge routers sitting here on the bench. Well, this one's not really a plunge router, it's in a plunge base at the moment. This one is a dedicated plunge router, but they're both 1/2-inch routers and they're cordless. That's the main thing. So, have Makita finally released a 1/2-inch 40-volt router? They have, but it's not that. Okay, this is the 1/4 inch inside the plunge base, which size-wise is not that far away from the 1/2 inch Hikoki here, and expect the Makita one to look very similar to this one. They've gone for this style, permanent plunge, whereas this one you can pull out and stick it in a fixed base. But Makita have gone with this design, and here it is. It is a variable speed router. I don't know the speeds, but if we judge it sort of on the AC equivalent, the AC equivalent 9,000 to 22,000, I'm guessing it might be more like 25,000. This one's 25,000, I do believe. Is it written on there? Yes, it is. That one's 11,000 to 25,000. So it's going to be somewhere in that ballpark. It has AWS, of course, as does the 1/4 inch one here. And I need to change the battery in my light. We'll try and keep going, see if I can get it done before it conks out on me. The base on it, if you have a look at the base, it's very similar to the base on the 1/4 inch here. We've got very similar depth setting. We've got similar shields here. It's got the same dust port that clips on this one by the looks. It takes the same sort of accessories like the guide here that you can use for running along the edge of things. This massive guide fits on this, fits on most of the routers, has two different size rods. You can put the rods here, you can put them on this outside there to fit them on different tools, and it looks from the images that they're using one of those, so that's good. They can use the same accessories. They're saying that the output is 1900 watts. They called it equivalent 2100 watts, so not too far off. So that looks to be released middle of the year, July-ish, that sort of thing, July, August, for the usual countries that get them first. But it's a nice looking unit, very similar to the Hikoki, and hopefully will be a nice addition. You guys have been asking me about that one. It's up there with the, well, number 1, multi-tool, right? Number 2, table saw. Number 3, probably this. And that, I'm not mentioning the other one. If you want to see the review for this one, I'll put it up there and down in the description. Okay, and last up, something that I forgot to do last week. A couple of new chainsaws. They are 40 volt chainsaws. They're not 80 volt. I know you guys want 80 volt chainsaws, but hey, not yet. So 40 volt chainsaw, a bit smaller, rear handle chainsaw, a bit smaller than the first rear handle one. The 18x2 is a 32cc equivalent. The 40 volt top handle, that's the one I love, that is a 30cc equivalent. The first rear handle 40 volt was a 40cc equivalent, and this new one fits in the middle. So this is a 35cc rear handle chainsaw. Two different models, two different bodies really. The UC022G and the UC027G. The 22 comes in teal and the 27 comes in easy to find because it's orange. The 22 has the no tool cover, and the 27 has 2 captive nuts, which is better if you're using it a lot. You abuse your tools, you're thrashing your tools. You use it every now and again, you can get away with the no tool thing, but there's more to go wrong with that. And they'll be available in various bar lengths, 300, 350, 400. There is one strange little thing about them though. They've sort of tried to make a more compact, lighter rear handle chainsaw, and in doing so, they've lost the ability to put an 8 amp hour battery in it. I know, I didn't do it. So they're designed for F batteries, but only the 4 and the 5F. Not so much the 8, because it ain't gonna fit in the tool. So just a nice quick one. If you want one of those shirts, you know what to do. Leave me a joke down there so you can bung it in full whack. And I will see you guys on another video soon. Patreon's down there, up there. There's liking, there's subscribing, there's all that stuff. Do it. See ya. And thanks to these legends for helping out.